Boeing will be hopeful it can add another order to its upcoming 777X program following fresh reporting. However, it will face competition from Airbus. The airline in question, which is pondering the acquisition of a new long-haul widebody, is LATAM, evaluating its future fleet backlog and the mix that it will be moving forward. As part of ongoing evaluations, LATAM is firmly considering the Boeing 777X family and even the A350-1000. These planes would be viewed as the ideal option to help replace the 777-300ERs, flagged by Flight Global and through commentary shared by the airline's chief executive officer last month at an annual meeting. The first prospect of a new order was subtly hinted at. LATAM's fleet of the Boeing 777 now stands at 10 units, the average age 14.6 years, making them the oldest widebody model in the business at this point. The company has been transitioning to newer planes over the past few years, the 787 leading from the front, 37 deliveries having occurred, this fleet type now averaging 9.5 years of age. It is scary to even think that a 787 fleet can average that age. It feels like just yesterday this plane was entering the industry, but for some operators it's reaching its midlife point. Despite a reliance on the 787 and previously the A350 before this fleet type was axed, there's a general appetite to look towards another high-capacity long-haul product to help remove the 777-300ERs in due course. This is not driven by the Boeing 787 being a bad aircraft, as some may consider this to be the perfect option, but rather the realization that the Dreamliner is positioned as a too small aircraft to be a like-for-like replacement for the outgoing 777 model. The 787 is known certainly for its range, but in terms of its capacity in comparison to the 777, it's just not quite there, and certainly not what the airline is interested in. The 777-9 and A350-1000 do represent the largest planes currently on the market for airlines, with manufacturers having decided to scrap super jumbo initiatives. Airlines now are forced to get creative with what's currently on the table for their operations, and this forces some to make compromises. What Airbus and Boeing now have the opportunity to do is engage in lengthy discussions with LATAM to better understand what the company is seeking, and from there, the company is able to determine the best direction that they believe they should head. The airline's executive confirmed that there's no rush at this stage in the order process, the deal likely to go into the next decade, allowing time certainly for both programs to mature that little bit further and also develop, especially in the 777X, which remains uncertified. What LATAM having time on its side to possibly form a decision also gives the opportunity for Airbus and Boeing to work towards those larger models to the existing flagship product that we've seen talked about in the last few weeks. Remembering that at the 2025 edition of the Dubai Air Show, Boeing subtly confirmed that it would move ahead with feasibility studies for what is known as the 777-10. This would be the third passenger model in the series if released, and the largest. Meanwhile, Airbus in that very same week also said that it was studying the possible release of an A350 stretch, which would definitely position the 350 to better compete with the 777X family and look to erode any possible market share that the American manufacturer would have been positioned to win over without any competition. I'd love to hear your take down below in the comments. This will be one certainly keep track of as the months and the years progress. Thanks a lot for your support. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.
And we'll fly.